Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Tuesday, still Tuesday, July 6, 2021. Let's talk, you and me, because it's a freak show. I have a lot of stuff I want to cover with you. Let's start off with this market. Okay, what happened today? We had a mixed day for the markets. The Nasdaq put on a fractional gain. The S&P 500 had a fractional loss. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, the biggest loser of them all, lost 0.59%, or about 200 points. Okay, big whoopee-doo. Nothing happened today. Pretty much a flat day for the market. Crude oil reversed lower. Okay, what does this mean? It's an incredible situation. I have to laugh. So people are writing to me saying, oh, this is a top in crude oil. You know how I feel about people who try to pick tops and or bottoms. It's a clear reflection of their IQ. It doesn't work. You can't do it. Invariably, you're going to be wrong. Now, with regard to a top on crude oil, yes, we hit $77 a barrel yesterday. Now we're about 74, and people think the party's over. Really? Well, not Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs today came out and said that crude will be $90 before the end of summer. All right. Bank of America still maintains a $100 price target by next year. These are absolutely realistic. People, look around you, and I want to share this with you. I had to write this stuff down because it's mind-blowing. We are watching a crazy phenomenon occur. I want to get these numbers right because I had to write this down. Since January of 2020, rent has soared 22% on average, and food has soared 67.25%. With regard to crude oil, this year alone, it's put on about $30. So for those of you that are in the business of picking tops and or bottoms, good luck, because you're going to need it. These are people who honestly are clueless, and I don't want that to be you. Let's move over to the economic front today. So we found out that the U.S. service sector fell. Okay, got the market a little spooked because, of course, it's unexpected. We're supposed to be booming. Our economy it's like you can't believe how strong it is. Meanwhile, you have a Federal Reserve that is maintaining, are you ready for this, emergency monetary policy. Why? Let me ask you all, why do you think we're getting this, duality here? On one side, we got, oh yes, our economy is so strong, it's fantastic. And then we have a Federal Reserve that is maintaining emergency monetary policy with no end in sight. So you explain that one to me, all right? It's totally, utterly insane. And going back to the, economic front, consumer debt is surging, another record high here. And then what would you expect? When you got crude oil up $30 this year alone, you got rent up 22% since January 2020. You got food up 67.25% in the same time period. And forget about housing prices and everything else. People, we are in a hyperinflationary event. I mean, what else would you call this? What would anyone call this? Oh, but don't forget, it's transitory. It's transient. It's gonna go away. It's just a miracle. Anyway, going back to this market today, did really nothing. But that 10-year yield, people, is dropping hard. 1.35 last time I looked at it, and the dollar made a nice reversal higher. Okay, when you generally see that, when you generally see the yield curve drop or the 10-year yield drop and the dollar stronger, what does that tell you? It should be a sign that there is fear in the market. Okay, even with fear in the market, what did the stock market do today? Nothing. Nasdaq finished higher fractionally. S&P fractional loss. Dow lost 200 points or 0.59%. Nothing. Nothing's going to stop this market, okay? We don't get pullbacks. We don't get corrections. And as long as they keep propping up crude oil here, That's going to boost the energy sector, the financial sector. Of course, things are going to waver around, people. That's the way it is in the market. But it's so sick what we're seeing here. I don't know. I think, to me, the way things look right now, well, first of all, the way things look right now, we really have nothing to gauge it by. You have to understand that. This is some place in time that we have never seen before. And again, it's the same dog shit narrative that, everything is great. Meanwhile, like I said, consumer debt is skyrocketing, food prices skyrocketing, rent is skyrocketing. Everything is inflating on a massive scale. And if you notice something, it's following the same trajectory as the Federal Reserve's balance sheet. People, I've explained to you all for years, that the higher the Federal Reserve's balance sheet goes, the more distorted the stock market would go with it. And with the Federal Reserve running a deliberate inflation creation machine, what else would you expect to see with regard to rent, with regard to food, with regard to everything else? Anyway, speaking of that, gold and silver today that were up nicely earlier today. Gold did put on a gain, although it was muted, and silver reversed lower. Again, don't let this stuff get to you. There's no price discovery, people. It's not real. As a matter of fact, think about it. You turn on any of the mainstream media financial channels, and they're out there literally trying to blow sunshine up your crack, telling you how great everything is. Our economy is booming. We're firing on all cylinders. We're in some kind of a recovery. Meanwhile, they will not explain to you, again, debt to GDP ratios, exploding the price of food, energy, rent, or out of control consumer debt, people borrowing just to make ends meet. You're not supposed to know any of this stuff. You're supposed to think everyone is just absolutely rich and doing fantastic right now. It's just such a lie. It's such a lie, people. And I think you understand that if you follow this blog. It's too much. Anyway, let's summarize this whole thing real quick. What do we got going on? In summary, in aggregate, we have an economy collapsing. We are in a collapse. At the same time, we are in the early stages of a hyperinflationary event. Like I have covered already, I'm not going to talk about it again, but these prices that I quoted to you, these average rises in food and rent and everything else, there's no stopping it. There's no stopping it right now. And people are going to look back at these numbers today and think these are, nothing. Because, again, by design, the Fed is maintaining emergency monetary policy because our economy is booming. Are you kidding me? People, here again is a clear example of something you could not possibly make up. But what else would you expect in this environment where everything is propagandized? It's all lies. It's all distractions. But anyway, that's where we're at, people, and I want you to understand that and stay on the right side of the entire shit show, because the shit show that I just covered here is about to get monumentally worse. There's no end in sight here, other than it getting much, much worse, much worse. All right, people, that's it for today. I think this video is kind of important. I hope you do too. If so, again, what do? I count on you to share my work. I am not on a single social media outlet anymore. As you all know, I got kicked off. I got banned from Twitter, banned from LinkedIn. I banned myself from Fbook, and I think you know what that stands for. I don't do it anymore. So I need all of you to get my work out there. And if you're a part of my team, I really hope you'll hit that thumbs up down here and you'll share this video out far and wide, because people need to hear this stuff. They really do. I don't know what kind of difference it's going to make. I hope it does. Again, it's just so important to me for us to, get together on things and try at least to get other people to understand the situation that we're in here and what's actually going on, because I don't think most people have the slightest clue. You do, because you follow this blog, but it's a pretty rare thing these days. All right, this guy loves you a lot. I will see all of you in the morning. I'm looking forward to it. And you know what I have to do right now? You're not going to believe this. I got to go over to the DMV, which is like being in hell. Okay? So I'm going to be over there for a while. I got to get the star. I got to get the star on my license. Love you a lot.